Welcome to TaNaCh Talk. I am your host, WilLiam Hall, broadcasting live out of Kingsland, Texas, USA, with episode number 8 of Entry-Level Biblical Hebrew. This week is setting up for next Shabbat, the next 6 days from now, Shabbat, for the Torah Parsha Miketz. And so that's what we're going to be working on today. So hopefully you guys will be able to see this and make heads or tails of it. I'll try to kind of keep things a little bit more condensed and more gathered, a lot less unnecessary jibber jabber information, whatever the case may be. We'll try to kind of keep it short, sweet, and to the point. In this, I'm going to try to start making these only 15-minute videos, just because they're easier to watch. There's not so much, not too much content to have to feel like you got to sit for hours to actually see it. Right now, I'm going to go and make sure we're actually on YouTube, and we are. That's good. Okay. Hey, Lori, good to see you. That's in my Bible. Howdy. How are you? Very good, very good, very good. Okay, so all that's set up. I will leave this open again, like I said, because I need to follow it and make sure that there's nothing wrong with the sound. Hope it all sounds good to you guys out there. Okay, so this week, again, Parshat Miketz, okay, at the end, basically, at the end of I hope that you guys have already, or at least familiar with the story. That way you can kind of follow along. But like I said before, we're just going to read through these. First, I'm going to read it from my software, from the PC study. From what is it? Oh, Olive Tree. Excuse me. We're going to read it from there first. You'll be able to see the vowels, and then I'll switch over to the sheet where I've got some markings, because I think those markings are going to be really helpful for you guys. And for those of you who are far enough along, but you're still trying to figure out how to determine the words, you might want to do that to begin with. In fact, I'll pull it up real quickly. Is that if you know your vowels and you know basic things like some of the prefixes and suffixes, you might be interested in going in and literally, why is my mouse not showing? Let me see if I can get that to work here. Capture audio, capture video, show cursor. That's what I want right there. There we go. Okay, so now you guys can actually see my mouse moving around. Okay, so, and again, we'll go over this shortly. But if you can dissect the words from the prefixes and suffixes, most of the time you can eliminate everything except for the root word. When I first started learning Hebrew, the root word, the way that these things were used was kind of aggravating. I wanted to know what the whole word was, not just the root word, but now it's just the other way around. I definitely want to know what the root word is so you can analyze the prefixes and the suffixes. And so this is what you could do on your own, just using a print off of your own. Circle the prefixes, suffixes, etc., like this one, haparot. So para is the actual root word. Right, and so hey is a prefix, and ot, the vav ta'av at the end, is a suffix. So, and they all have meaning. We'll go over that shortly. So, for starters, I did practice this one a little bit this week, so it's not going to be so. Let's see, we're in, what is this? Genesis 41. Let me get there real fast. Let me switch screens just for grins. I'll put you here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, let's see where I'm at here. Genesis, go back. Yep, Genesis 41, 1. And that's where we're going to start from. So, in the Hebrew, of course. And there it is. I think that's big enough for you guys to see it. I believe I could probably zoom in on it some, or try to increase the font size. Let me try that real fast. Nope, it's maxed out already. So, we'll go through this. I do believe it's actually pretty visible, because even on a small screen I'm looking at, the reduced version is actually pretty clear. So, we'll go with that for now. Okay, so let's see. You can see my cursor on this screen as well, which is good. Okay, so we're going to start off right here. Vayhi miketz shanatim. Oh, wait. I'm going to go slower. I apologize. Okay. Remember, vowel first and consonant. I apologize. My brain's all over the place. Consonant first, then the vowel, and there's only like one exception to that, and when a het is used at the end of a word. So we can go over that again later too. Okay, so if you have problems with long words, then it's very simple. Just start like here. Do it one consonant, one vowel at a time. A, cha, re, hen. A, cha, re, hen. Right? Or hen. There you go. So just break it down slow. So I'm going to do this slowly, and then I'll come back and read it a little quicker, and then we'll dissect it for the wording as far as what each one means. And this will be good for you guys to go back and look at a later time. Okay? So here we go. Vayhi miketz shanatim yamim u para. Uparo. This is kind of confusing because the u acts as just a v, also a vav at the beginning, even though it sounds differently, and it's used in different ways. It still has the same meaning. It's actually and. So uparo and vayhi, those vav both simply mean and. Okay, cholem vahine omed al hayor. I'm going to go a little faster on this one. Vayhi miketz shanatim yamim ufaro cholem vahine omed al hayor. Verse 2. We'll probably just do 5 verses. There's 7 on the chart. If it looks like we've got time, we might go over 7. We'll see. Okay. Vahine min hayor. Make sure it's on screen. Yeah. Yeah, you can still see it. Okay, good. Vahine min hayor olot shiva parot. It's a pay with a penny. I call it a penny for pay, and no penny is a fay. Parot yapot. Yafot, excuse me. Again, there's no penny there. So parot, it's a pay, and then it changes to a fay here. Parot yafot. Mare uvriot basar. That's a shin, that's sin, not a shin. Remember, shin is always on the right. Sin is never right. That's a good one to remember. Okay. Vatirena ba'ahu. Okay. Verse 3. Vahine shiva parot acherot olot acherehen min hayor raot mare vidakot basar. Remember the shin sin? Basar vita amodna. That's a big one. Vita amodna. Actually, I said it right the first time. Okay. Vita amodna. And the root word here you'll like in a while. So, ele haparot al shafat, hayor. Vetochalat, again, another really awkward one. Vato kalna. Vato kalna. It could be kalana, depending on how this is interpreted, the shva. Haparot raot hamare. Vidakot havashar ha ba. It's a bet. So another coin or penny. And so it's a bet, not a vet. Ha basar 8 shiva haparot yafot hamare. Oh, now we know what it was. I do apologize for vacating the premises like that. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so where were we here? Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, we was talking about the bet. Just like the pay fay, you get a penny. The penny is like a pay, and without the little penny, it's a fay. Well, the vet, same thing. A bet, you bet money, so I still call it a penny. So if there's a penny in the pot, then it's not a vet. It's actually a bet. You're betting that there's a dot in the bowl. Okay, so vehabriot vayikatz paro. Let's actually stop there because that's kind of at the end of the context, it looks like. Yeah, let's kind of stop right there for the moment. I'm going to switch screens here just for a minute so we can discuss a few things. So, okay, so if you're watching this class and you've already followed along so far, I'm assuming that you guys have probably already used a resource, not necessarily mine, but to go ahead and learn your Alef Bet and your vowels, your Nikodot. So there's only really 7 main vowels. They're pretty easy to learn. I did discuss them on one episode, maybe episode 1, 2, or 3. I'm not sure, but you can go back and actually review that if you've forgotten or don't know. All right, and so so for now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this other screen with the yeah, I'll pull up the other screen. No, let's keep the same one for a minute, because here's what I want to do. I'm going to put it full screen. I'm going to take me off just so that I don't take up any room. And I think by doing this, it'll make the everything a little bit more visible. So let me change the size of this real fast. Here, let's scale that down and scoot that over. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go back up here. Let me zoom in just a touch. Make this as big as we can without causing any issues. Okay, here we go. All right. So make sure my mouse is covering, and there we go. Okay, so we're going to do it one line at a time now. Okay, so vihine. Hine, first of all, the vav, if you look at the chart I gave you, I circled all of the vavs that begin in the beginning of a word. Okay, this is I said vahine. This isn't vahine. This is vahi. Sorry, I'm so used to seeing vahine here. This is vahi. Okay, yahi would be the root word. Okay, so vav is and. So. And it was mikates. Now mem, if you look at the chart, I circled the mem here, or put it's like a blue circle or something. That's a prefix, and it's the same prefix as this entire 2-letter segment here. Okay, that mem is the same as the mem nun, so feet here. Okay, and they mean the same thing. Why can't I get that to go away? No, it's not working. There we go. So this is the prefix, so mikates at the end of shanatim. Okay, shanatim. If you recognize the Shana Tova, right? It's a year is basically what it's discussing. I'm going to put me back up there with it, I think, because it's kind of just looking at text is a little unsatisfying in my opinion. So give me just a second to put that up here, because I think it will be a little bit more interesting in my opinion. Okay, so let me add this screen capture, and we'll put the Bible up here. Let me select window. Okay, it's not the right one. Sorry guys. I would pause the video recording, but then there'd be a break in it. I'm just gonna leave it alone. We'll just leave it alone. I'll do it for next time. That way we can kind of keep moving. Okay, so going back. Full screen. There we go. Make it a little larger for you. All right. So, vehine mikates shanatim, and it was at the end of years. Yamim. Okay. So shanatim is years, and yamim is days. The yud mem is pluralizing the day in the year, and so the emphasis is at the end of 2 full years, down to the day is the context. Otherwise, it could be more generalized by leaving yamim out. Ufaro. And the Pharaoh, Hulam dreamed, Vahine, and behold, Omaid, stood or arose, Al Hayor, out of the river, Hayor. Vahine, min Hayor, and behold, from the river. I think I missed something. Hang on. Pharaoh dreamed, Hulam, Vahine, and behold, Omaid. Yeah, that's right. Okay. We'll look at this word right here, because I'm going to show you a different word in a minute. That's actually got like 4 more letters attached to it, but it has the same general root meaning. Okay, so vehine min hayor olot. So, and behold, from hayor the river, olot arose or came out, like Allah or Olah offering is to rise up or to elevate. So came up, I guess you could say. Sheva parot, 7 cows. Like one way you might recognize this if you've heard the phrase the para aduma, that is the red heifer. Okay. Anyway, so it's the same word, para. So parot, yafot, and yafot means kind of like beautiful or lovely, if you will. Mare and I don't even know how to say it. Not ra. Re'eh is okay. So this is actually showing. Can you see that screen? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, this is actually showing that that's the full word. Ra or ra'ah is to look also. So there's a connection. I don't know why it's separated like that, but we'll find out. Uvriot is like, what is it, healthy or not fat, but full maybe? Fat. It says fat. Okay, fine. Okay. Uvriot, basar. Basar is flesh, so beautiful and fat-fleshed. So this is like a really nice, choice, lean, beautiful cows. Vatirena. Okay, so Bahu. Okay, I forgot what that was. Sorry. Shepherd. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they were grazing. They were actually grazing. This word here is probably going to be graze. It shows you different variables of what it could be, but this, based on the context, it's graze. And then here, Bahu would be like, and why is this thing not popping up on the first try? Okay, so they're grazing in the rushes, basically, okay? So, Ba'ahu. So, ba, and that was, right? Like, well, I'll explain that later. Vahine Shiva Parot. This is good for you because there's a lot of repetitive words over and over in this. So this is actually a good thing for you to be learning on. Vahine, Shiva Parot, Acharot. Achare is after. So the oat is plural, and the way the language is used, and I'm generalizing mainly because I don't really know how to explain it. Because I don't know the rules that well. I'm just familiar with them a little bit. So parot is plural, so therefore the acharot will also be plural. Olot is also plural. You see the vav tav at the end. If you look at your chart, that is basically it's feminine plural, not masculine. Yud mem would be masculine plural. So ot, or oat, excuse me, the vav tav would be feminine plural. Okay, so Vahine Shiva Parot Achariot Olot. Okay, so, and behold, 7 cows after, this word's going to show up again right here. So I'm going to have to kind of like read it in English to see how they like put it all together. Acharot Olot Acharehen came up, or following came up after them. So the hey nun at the end is a feminine plural on used in a different way. So min hayor, from the river, raot mare vedekot. Okay, so raot mare vedekot. This is the vedekot is like skinny or thin, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, thin or small, giving the idea of they're starved or they're just not healthy. Okay, basar, of thin-fleshed. V'ta'amadna. Okay, this is the one where Ahmad, we said earlier, at the very top left, right up here, right? This and this are the same. You can identify those since the first one is actually out. So v'ta, so v is and, the tav is also a prefix joined with the and prefix, and it means it's like, and it did. It's like a past tense, or it's either. Let's see, how did I describe that? And they stood. I think I described it wrong on the chart because I think I put that as past, but it's actually future tense. But anyway, so the tav means it will, or it. I can't remember, something like that. It's definitely like I told you before, guys. I ain't fluent. I'm just trying to teach you what I know. So it's a little. It gets a little sketchy for me too, but this is definitely something that you can learn from. Okay, so I don't know what the nun hey at the end is, but it appears in multiple times, and I do fully intend on asking Gabriel Sanders this afternoon when we do our show at 6 p.m. tonight, asking him to explain that to me a little bit more, as well as some other things. Okay, so v'tamadno v'ta amod. I've seen this right here. That looks like a hirik, but it's not. That's actually cantor mark. So this is a cholam, makes the o sound. Vita amod na. Ele haparot al shafat hayor. Okay, so vitamad, and came up, and let's say skinny flesh, right? And they came up, or stood Eitzel. Eitzel is like side, like Eitzel hara, as the evil inclination of the evil side, whatever you want to say that. So on the side, ha-barot, stood, that's what it is. They stood beside the the cows, all shafat hayor. Okay. So they stood by the edge. of the river. Verse 4, vetokalna, pardon me, and did eat. So this is like past tense, not future tense. So and did eat. Haparot, the cows. So ha, and then para, and then ot. Ot is the feminine plural. So the cows. Ra'ot, the evil ones. That's where I was missing this word up here. The evil ones. Hamare, and mare is appearance. It has a connection with looking, like re'eh is to look or to see. Hamare, the evil looking. Okay, Vidakot. What's really funny is I actually went over this a couple times a couple days ago, and it's like I just flowed right through it. I think it's because I'm on the spot here, and I know I'm trying to teach you guys something that's got me nervous again. Okay, Vidakot is like the skinny. This may not make any sense to you guys, but it actually helped me when I see words that are that I want to try to remember. I'll try to find some English sounding something to connect it with me so that I can remember what that is. Like Vidakot, like Dakot would be like or just Dak. Okay, Dakot. The oat at the end is actually plural, but pardon me. Can you see this? Or is my face covering it? No, you're clear. Okay, so Vidakot. So dak is a root word. And so I'm thinking thin, small. I'm thinking when people lose weight too much, too fast, they go see the doctor because they think there might be something wrong. So Vidak. So Vidakot is thin or small. And so that's the way I kind of remembered it. Like I said, it may not work for you guys that way, but it worked good for me. Okay. Habasar, 8. Shiva. So the thin, fleshed. It. Okay, it's talking about the eating. Remember, it says and did eat. Okay, Shiva, Haparot. So the and did eat. What ate? The thin-fleshed cows. They ate. The 7 Haparot Yafot. The 7 cows that were beautiful, Hamare and good-looking. Vahabriot, the fat-fleshed, if you will, the fat or the big. Vayikates, Paro. Vayikats, pardon me. And awoke Pharaoh. Okay, so you can kind of see how the storyline goes. We can keep going. Let's see, what time is it? We're going for now 23 minutes, so maybe you got about 7 minutes left. I'm going to do one thing here, just for grins. Like I said, I'm not fluent, so if you call in, I'm going to log in here. Let's see. Okay, I'm officially logged in. If you guys want to call in with some elementary questions, I'll do my best to answer them for you. And if I can't answer them, I'll be certain to bring it up on another show and to find the answers for you guys. Where's the camera? And to find the answers for you guys. So you'll have to let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, oops, hold on. This thing's asking me to update. I'm going to say remind me later. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to turn the caller channel up. That way if the phone rings, I'll hear it. Meanwhile, I'm going to go over this little chart now. And I want to see actually if I messed up on the tav in the prefix, because it looks like it's a green. That's actually, I did make that wrong. It's actually past. It says future, but it's actually past. When you see the tav, I got to put you up on a screen where you can see me moving my mouse. Okay, and let's put this here. Okay, when you see a tav, like right here, you can see, I'm going to move my mouse so you can identify. Okay, when you see that in the beginning of a word, and it's not part of the root word, it's basically, it means it already happened, right? So like in this particular sense, vas prefix and already happened, if you want to call it that. Oklana, they ate, okay? And then it goes to tell you who ate what and all this other stuff. So I think there's another example in here of that somewhere. I can't see. Oh yeah, right down here in verse 7, which we didn't actually cover. But let's see, how much can you see? I'm down too far. Let me see if I can lift this up for you so you can see it better. There we go. Okay, in verse 7 right here, it shows Vativlana. And so that is also, and already happened, right? And then that's kind of the way you got to remember that. All right, so going back through all these others, some of the simpler ones, like this hey, it always means the, unless it's part of the actual word itself, the root word. The vav tav at the end is feminine plural. It doesn't always have the vav, but it will always have the ot sound. And so I don't know why it can function and doesn't function the same each time. I just know that's basically how it is. Let's see. This ha mare word right here, this mem is also part of a prefix. It's not part of the root word. I think, let me go back and verify that, because one of these actually I was wrong on. Let me find it here on this other page. What verse is that? That is verse 4, a few words in. Okay, ha mare. Well, actually, it is showing appearance. I don't know if that mare is the word for appearance or if it's still combined with part of a prefix and they interpret it that way. I don't know. But anyway, I have seen where a mem would be a second placeholder and still have a prefix connotation like it does here for mikates. But again, that's another one I think I mislabeled. Hold on one second here. I think I got ahead of myself. Let me just verify that. Mikates. Come on. No, that's right. The mem is actually a prefix there for sure. Kates is the actual root word for end or border. Okay, so we're good there. All right, so moving forward, if you guys have any needs for, if in the other videos that I have up, if you didn't find anything that was sufficient for the vowels or doing the general Alef Bet altogether, let me know, and we'll throw together a video that will actually incorporate that or include that somehow. So, yeah, and so each week I'll get a little bit more and more refined. We're much tighter with less babble, and I did a lot of babbling again today, just because sometimes as I'm going, it's spontaneous. I feel like I need to clarify certain things, and oftentimes I may not need to clarify it. It may just be in my mind. So as I do each show, again, we're going to follow each parsha. This is Mikates, which is Genesis 41. Next, the one we do next Sunday will be for the following Shabbat. I'm going to do these shows 6 days ahead of time, so you guys can actually read this yourself, break it down, and study it throughout the week. And then when it comes time to actually read the Torah Parsha, you can actually read part of it in its original language. That's kind of the goal. So I don't want to do something that you won't be able to use right away. Of course, you can use it any way you want to, but I like doing the Hebrew the way Israel does it, and they're on a cycle. I like following their cycle. It's kind of fun that way. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for now. I'm going to wrap this thing up, and we'll start working on next week. So thank you all for tuning in. And I have not, pardon me, I have not even looked at the YouTube channel once. It's apparently quite difficult to do so. Okay, looks and sounds great. That's the best thing. Evergreen, can you show? And ELS code in the Torah. Okay, let's see. Get to the first. I'm just reading a couple in case something needs to be brought up. Show your audience. Okay, I got 10 vowels on my chart sheet. Okay. Oh, 10 vowels. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, you probably have the ones that's got the combined. Lori Cash. Yeah. You've probably got the one that actually has the conjoined ones. So, all right. So, yeah. So we're going to end it for there. And again, thank you all for tuning in.
Shalom, my dear friends. Hope this message finds you well. If you like the way this channel is going, and the channel has been a blessing to you, please consider supporting the channel by going to the website, TaNaChTalk.com. TaNaChTalk.com. Thank you once again for your time and for supporting TaNaCh Talk. Shalom.
Until then, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you on the other side. Shalom, shalom. Take care. Bye.